Hello everybody, you should be able to hear us now. I'm going to turn down the music. Let us know in the YouTube channel if you can hear us. Let me see if I can switch over. Might take a sec. Woot woot, no, mic music, just music. Okay, yeah. Hopefully everybody can hear us now. This is Wesley speaking, and I'm actually here today with my colleague friend and longtime friend, Tom. So, you want to
Hey,
say hi, Tom?
I did. Yeah, I already did. I was on top of that.
Good. Good, good, good.
What's
Yeah,
going on, Wes?
looks like people can hear us, so I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to us. So ready, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Wesley again, and then next to me is Tom. So we're actually
And I'm
streaming
Tom.
through Discord. So yeah, so welcome to the 2021 GDEX Game Jam. Really excited to have everybody. Pardon the mess. I've actually just moved in, so I got a lot of boxes. As you can tell, I got my DDR pad and Marvel blanket for my cats and whatever. So it's a little bit weird, but it works.
I'm using my body to hide the mess. So,
I need to do a vertical view because I think that's probably the most appropriate way to do this. So, yeah, first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for making it out. We never know what's going to happen in these, kind of times. Everything's online, but it's also like scattered everywhere. And you all like, blew it out of the water, so to speak. I think we're like up to 60, which is really awesome. Um,
yeah,
so
dang, that's pretty good.
yeah, so we're close, if not, pretty much up there. But it's really cool to have everybody. I know a few have been chatting throughout the weekend in our Discord. Again, we're actually streaming in our Discord. So if you're coming in for the first time, you're like, what is Discord? We'll give you all that information. That's kind of what this breakdown is for, is to kind of give you guys a little bit of understanding of what we're working in, and kind of what to expect throughout the week. And just kind of answer any questions you might have. While we're doing that, if you have any notes that you have questions in, if you're in the YouTube chat channel, just feel free to chime in there. Tom and myself will be looking through there, so if you have questions as we're going, we'll stop and kind of pause, and definitely at the end answer any questions if you have a bunch of them stacking up. But for the most part, Discord is our main use for communication. So if you don't, you're already in there, please do try to. You're not required to by any means. But it will help you a lot. I think if you have like questions, we can talk to you directly. We actually set up our teams there so you guys can collaborate. So all that good stuff. So a little bit about myself. So Wesley Adams, I work in a lot of different things within the Midwest in Columbus, Ohio, Central Ohio. I help to run the Central Ohio Game Dev group. So it's like called COG. Thecog.com is where you can find us for events. We've been mainly in online only, and we've done about 3 events a month. So definitely check that out if you can. There's a lot of really good events there. I also work with Tom at our studio here in Columbus called Multivarious Games. I'm a co-founder, designer, artist. So sometimes when the need arises, I help out with that, or events like this, community management. And then also my day job is in e-learning, so I do software development. So kind of all over the place, but a lot of fun stuff. So I'll kind of stop talking about myself, but yeah, Tom, you want to introduce
Hmm.
yourself and talk about what you
Yeah,
do?
yeah. You've covered the basics for me. I mean, my name's Tom. I'm the tech lead at Multivarious. Do a lot of the tech stuff around GDEX as well, and also was here last year to run last year's Game Jam. I also have a day job, so to speak, teaching the game design capstone at Columbus State. So got plenty of experience with helping people collaborate, especially when they maybe haven't done a jam before or aren't used to game development. So I'm really excited for this year, and I think we've got more people than I anticipated for the kind of year it's been, which is very uncertain, and so I think it's great. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, that and being the case like with Tom and I, we've worked with a lot of different communities. I mean, I've done several different game jams, so if you guys ever have any questions at all, that's what we're here for. Throughout the week, like you can ping us and we'll help you out. We'll have other people too, kind of coming in to give you guys feedback and everything, and I'll go over that in here just a sec. But yeah, so definitely keep an eye on that. If you guys do have questions, we're here, all the time. So just ping us and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have and just have fun. So that's the cool thing about this is like it's your jam. So let's kind of get together and make some cool stuff. So now I want to take some time to go in and actually um, kind of go through some of the details. So let me go ahead and switch over to my website. Okay, cool. So you guys should all start to see that pretty soon. So if you're not familiar, this is the Itch.io website. So if let me see if I can actually copy that for you. Wrong screen. Boop.
So many screens.
I know. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go and paste this in there. So if you guys are in the Discord right now, but haven't had a chance to sign up to this page, please do that. Do that right now. Oh, hey, we just hit 60, which isn't really 60. One of them is me. One of them might be actually Tom too, but still pretty close. This will give you a lot of good information. It actually has, information on our website. Also has our Discord server for you to participate, so that kind of gets you into the GDEX Discord, um, and it allows you to kind of like start to talk to us directly. So the way that this kind of works is we're going to be using itch.io as a site to go in and actually upload your games at the end of the show. So we're still going to kind of send out periodical messages there and emails. I think if you were just only if you signed up, you should have got an email from me this morning or this afternoon. And so we'll still use that. There are ways to use like community forums, but they're a little bit limiting, which is why we're choosing to use Discord because we can assign roles and teams and all that good stuff a little bit more um, incrementally. So it gives it a little bit more flexibility to do what we need to. But basically, at the end of the jam, what we're going to have is the ability to upload your game. So in that instance, that's actually Sunday, September 26th. It's technically 7 p.m., but you got until the end of the day to upload. So if you don't happen to get it done all the way, you've got a couple hours before you can upload it. But you're going to do it through this website. Um, so, kind of going through the details, today is the start of the game jam. So, Friday, September 17th. You guys will start right after this stream, which is about 7 o'clock. After that, we'll start doing a team creation. So, some of you have already started talking to each other, talking about different teams, and all that good stuff. We will start to describe to you here in just a sec about how to do team roles. Once I jump into Discord, I'll show you all that information. But just know that after the stream, we're going to do team formation. And then throughout the week, we'll have you go through each your development cycles. So tonight is team building slash brainstorming. Then the next couple of days is going to be your prototyping phase. So, and it doesn't have to be specifically this way, but this is kind of what I've normally seen in game jams is that you'll go through kind of like your brainstorming phase, which goes into your prototyping phase for a couple days. Usually it's like not even a half day, but because it's a 9-day game jam, you've got a couple days to kind of get your prototype ready. Then through the prototype, you'll start to do your pre-production, which is kind of like making sure everything kind of works together. Um, and then you'll probably send out like ideas of like what you want to use in terms of like what is the like what needs to be programmed, what's different ideas need to be features need to be created, maybe artwork needs to be created, maybe stories need to be written. Um, so what we're going to have is kind of starting off in our roles. We're going to have teams of members and jammers that are going to be specifically sharing one, if not more, different roles. So they're going to have skill sets in kind of what we're calling the technical skill set. So that's like a programmer. Um, Sometimes they're like a technical artist or someone who can kind of like work in a game engine. Um, the second one will be an artist, and this could be artwork is sort of 2D, 3D, music, anything creative, animation, all kinds of good stuff. And then also we'll have someone in the team we're looking for that is like a producer role. So that is someone like normally in the game industry is called like a game designer. So what that does is allow us to get kind of like a balance of those three, and then you guys can kind of mix and match. Maybe you want more programmers, maybe you want more game designers, producers, or maybe artists. And that's the kind of the unique thing about this is usually most people fit in those three roles. If you don't have a skill set, by default, you're a producer. And we say that just because that gives everybody a chance to kind of, say what they can kind of focus on. And then if you're like, hey, I'm a programmer, but I want to try artwork, then do that. That's what's cool about this game jam is if you want to like push yourself and try some more things, then let us help you find a team that can kind of help you build those skill sets. And that's the other cool thing about game jams is that you get to learn a lot of things, you get to meet new people. In this game jam, it looks like we got a lot of people from around the world. Some of you are actually meeting us like really late at night, and we graciously appreciate it because we know it can be like I think somebody said it was like 1 a.m. their time. I was like, wow, okay, cool. So maybe we'll see them. We'll see. But yeah, so we're going to be jamming all the way through Sunday. And then throughout that jam, we're going to have what we're going to call peer reviewers, which are game developer professionals, people from In Exile games. We got people from uh, uh, which one was it? Like Max Gaming Entertainment, another guy who's worked in some worked for EA a couple years ago, and then some folks that have been doing artwork for several different game projects. So they're going to come in, and basically we'll give you guys the time slots of those, but there's going to be certain times where you're going to need to kind of figure out when you want to give your teams a break to be able to talk to these folks, because they're going to be here to kind of help you, give you feedback. And we've got 3 sessions at least where they're going to be coming in. Um, and just as well, uh, a lot of those are going to actually be judging the games as well. And the reason for that is after the jam session, we're going to have our kickoff, or excuse me, after the kickoff event, and then towards the end of the session, we're going to have our ending ceremony on Sunday at 7 p.m. where like either myself and or Tom will kind of get together, download your games on itch.io, and live stream them. Just kind of a nice little end cap to all of this. And that's a really exciting time because it's like 9 days worth of work, a lot of fun. I mean, maybe it's a couple days worth of work depending on when you guys decided that you wanted to, start it, and that's okay. You can start it today, you can start it tomorrow, 3 days from now, doesn't matter. But either way, we're going to play the game that you have, and then we have actually a separate judging session with some of the professional judgers, but then you're also going to have peer-to-peer judging within Jamio, or within, excuse me, itch.io itself. So itch.io, you'll be able to judge each other and give feedback to each other, and then we're going to accumulate all that information. And at the end of the jam, into the judging session, which is from Monday, September 27th through Thursday, in the day, September 30th. We're going to get together as GDEX admins and judging professionals to kind of go through all the content and nominate the award-winning GDEX Game Jam of 2021. So it's not like this is a competition, but it's kind of a neat little thing. But the reason why we do this is because we're going to showcase that at GDEX. So we want that to be an incentive for people to kind of do some really cool stuff and push themselves, because it could get in front of a lot of eyes. So if you're really interested in that, having like some publication for a game that you might work on, make some really cool stuff. And we'd love to have it there. We had a lot of blast. We actually, and I think I'll be able to do this year, but it may or may not get streamed. But I'll try to put it out there. But I usually put together like kind of a brief kind of snippet of everybody's games and make a video just of everybody's work.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sure we'll do that this year. I
yeah.
mean, uh, I'm in.
So I'll try to get that working, and I'd love to kind of showcase your work and get it out there so you guys can just see everything that's kind of come from this. So um, but yeah, so just kind of the same. Let me see if I can move to what last year's looked like. So this was last year's. We had 22 entries, 202 people rated. That's cross streaming between different games. So it seems like a lot. It's still a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's still a lot of judging, but basically people judging different games from multiple different sources. Um, and last year we had quite a few submissions. As you can kind of see, they had a lot of really good stuff. We actually have some folks coming back in this year, so we had a lot of fun. Now, I will say that when we stream these, we're just going to kind of go through them really quickly. We're going to try to give as much time as we can, but easily this could have been like a 3-hour ending ceremony if we went through them just at a casual pace, so to speak. So we'll do what we can, and then we may or may not. Last year we had to break it up into 2 stream sessions. We'll see if we need to do that this year. But just know we're going to try to get through everybody's game. So definitely we'll be talking to you all about that too. Um, and then we have the results. So again, this is kind of the peer review. So this is like everybody's um, review of the game, and we're doing the same criteria this year. So one is there's an overall score, and this is kind of like a 5-point scale. Um, there is a criteria on the representation of the theme. There's one on functionality, so like your different features and whatnot that are created in the game. How does the game play? Engagement, like how enticing and pretty and interesting it is. Um, the gameplay itself, so like is it playable, or is it a lot of fun, but like maybe it crashes, or maybe it's like I love the way that it jumps. Like they really nailed that down. Like those are things that'll be really good to get feedback on. And of course, visual design.
Hmm.
So that's kind of, we're kind of keeping them a little broad in some instance. I know we could probably put a lot more in here, but like we just want people just to have fun. It's really not necessarily like a, you know, hey, what's the top one? But it kind of gives people kind of a neat way and a neat incentive to kind of push themselves more. So
Yeah.
don't sweat about it. It's not a competition at all, really. But
It's supposed to be like let you harness that energy of a competition without actually like being a competition, if that makes any sense. Because being that the jam lasts 9 days, a lot of short jams where it's only like over 1 or 2 days, they kind of naturally have that pressure, which is fun. But this is supposed to be like a balance between, you know, that kind of fun jam energy and just not actually being like compressed into like such a tight amount of time.
yes,
So
yep, yep. So feel free to go through that. I put that in the YouTube channel. Um, yeah, if you want to take a look at what they did last year. And of course, we got screenshots and different submission feeds, so definitely check
probably
that
the
out.
showcase video is probably still around. Like,
Yeah, we've got that in our YouTube channel. So if you're on our stream now, just go through our playlist and that'll be in there too.
yeah,
So, but yeah, so definitely check that out. And then we have so in this as well, yeah, I kind of can't like dance around the issue or dance around the idea that this is actually kind of the leading up point to the big expo coming up in October 1st through the 3rd. So GDEX, if you haven't heard, is our gaming expo. For those of you who were here last year, we were all online. This year we're actually in person. So if you happen to be in the Central Ohio area or surrounding states, or if you want to fly in, we're happy to have you. We have hotels and all kinds of good stuff here as well. But it's a premier gaming expo where we have all kinds of different talks. We have exhibitors there, and we have all kinds of different like learning sessions and just discussions. So feel free to look through this site. We are actually collaborating and joining up together with Origins Games Fair, so we're double gaming this year. So if you're not familiar with Origins, it's kind of almost like think of it like the tabletop and physical game, part of the gaming culture and atmosphere. So it's going to be a blast. They get quite a few different attendees, and we kind of fill up the Greater Columbus Convention Center with both of those different kind of bodies of gamers. So definitely check it out. There's a lot of good information here. We have a lot of really good speakers coming in. So definitely check that out. We've got our schedule. So if you guys want to take a look at that and see who's all kind of coming in, we have tournaments. So if you're interested in being part of the Underworld tournament, let us know. There should be more information, but there is a $2,000 Smash Ultimate tournament. So definitely check that out. There's a lot of really good prize money for that. And yeah, we have a lot of really good speakers coming in, obviously there. And then if you're interested, there's more information on there's actually that banner at the top, but you can go to the GDEX Game Jam here that we kind of been sharing as well. So this actually is a good place to go to, if only just to kind of look through the rules. It's kind of weird that there's rules, but someone brought it up. You know what? Like maybe we should have something, and this is kind of more like guidelines. But in
right,
general, this is kind of what most game jams are like. It's good in here because it basically just tells you like, okay, you need to submit your game um, by midnight on Sunday, September 26th, Eastern Standard Time, for it to be submitted as a judging session. Um, and just telling people not to work until today, which we're not keeping track of that. Try to make sure it's not like anything that you're bringing in. Make sure it's dev tools assets are fine. Like if you had something on the Unity asset store and you want to bring that in, that's perfectly fine. We try to get as close to like a non-developed start as possible. So like if you've got, I mean, if you want to work on something that you've been working on, I'm not going to stop you. Tom's not going to stop you. That's okay. Definitely let us know. We do want to try to keep it fair for everybody since it's being judged. But for the most part, like, try to start from scratch if you can. And then just kind of use your best judgment of where it starts and whatnot. But if you want to use this
right.
time to work on a game, that's okay. Like we want this to be chill, we want this to be fun and fair. So just have fun with that. No
Yeah.
legal reasons why you would, bring an asset in. So if you're working for like Ubisoft and they have a proprietary tool that's NDA binding, please don't use that. We don't want any issues with them. And then don't do
It's kind of
anything
a good
safe.
problem for us. It's kind of a good problem for us to have. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like if you're a big shot with access to the good tools and
yeah,
like, but yeah, it's. I think we had somebody ask about art asset packs and stuff in the chat earlier, and
yeah,
it's like it all we play it by ear. I mean, don't just like try to pass someone else's work off as your own. Make sure it's like credited at the top of the project, and
yeah,
obviously like but it also it matters like if your team doesn't have any artists or if you're working by yourself, we obviously don't expect you to like make everything, but we want the majority of the game to be your own custom work if possible. So
yeah,
just
yeah,
if anywhere you gotta pull in from outside, just make sure you credit it, check the licenses, make sure it's make sure you're allowed to use it for this kind of purpose, like and otherwise it's just the honor system. I mean, we'll if you're upfront about it, and we can take it into account while we're judging, and just it's all good on that front.
yep, yep. So yeah, so just what Pi, the Pie Face game said like do art assets need to be created during the course of the jam or things like game asset or like asset packs allowed? So yeah, asset packs are allowed. I mean, again, like if you've got like if I mean I've seen people do this and it's fine. Like it's fine. It's more about like since we are judging across a multitude of different criterias, some of these things are going to fall better than others into these
Right.
different slots. But like if you've got 99% art assets and you did 1% programming, or it was just a slapped a piece of music in there, like we're gonna probably ding you for that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
our goal is to like if you properly credit someone else's work, our goal is
yeah,
for that part of the game to be neutral for the judging.
yeah, yeah,
And if you try to pass something off as original and we find out, then you're definitely going to get pinged for that. So,
yeah. Yeah,
but
so just
we
just
just
be
wanted to
fair.
be neutral, like yeah.
Just be fair, have fun, and yeah, we'll kind of go through case by case basis, but don't sweat it. Like, as long as you're good and fair, I mean, that's all we ask.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, so then we have some resources for you on this page. I'm actually gonna put these in the YouTube channel as well. I just like the if you're not familiar with Global Game Jam, it happens at the beginning of the year. It's an international game jam, like for 48 hours. It's a lot of fun, and they've been doing it for years. They have a lot of really good resources. So definitely, if you, especially this Google Doc Jammer resources is really handy. This is a really good resource here. I kind of share this around just because it's such a good accumulation of different ideas. So if you're kind of curious about like what those are, check those out if you've never done games, especially if you're like, I want to work in 3D, right? They've just got this table of contents that you can go through, and you can kind of go through like, okay, Blender's a good tool to start with. Maybe I mean they have SketchUp, although I think SketchUp's different later, so some of the stuff needs updated. But there's quite a bit in here you can actually play through. Pascal I actually like if you like pixel art. It's like an online pixel creation tool. A lot of different animation tools. I mean, it's a really good extended list. And then also like this might be overwhelming. So like if you're like, hey, where do I start? I mean, I'm more on the art side where I've done 2D stuff, 3D stuff, and design stuff, where Tom is on the other side programming, so he can help you in the technical aspect too, um,
Hmm.
and design work too. So we both can kind of help you kind of start off someplace and see how we can kind of get you working. As well as your teammates. There's a lot of really good teammates. I've already talked to quite a few folks and just telling me what their background is. Like you got a lot of really skilled jammers this year too. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. And just do your best, and we'll
Yeah.
help you kind of get through that. So
Yeah. If you
um,
don't know, if you're totally lost, I'd say the best place to start is with a blank piece of paper. Just
mhm.
start start doodling random ideas.
Which reminds me that if you all want to do a physical game, like a card game or a board game, especially since we're like paired up with Origins, I think it's appropriate. You can do
Yeah,
that. You can do that. You can definitely do that. I would just say make sure that you think about when you upload the schematics, whether they're PDFs or pictures on your phone or whatever, that it's really clear on how to play the games, like if they need to download it and print it. Um, because we're going to try to be judging these, so we want to make it as easy as possible for someone to go through and be like, oh, this is a card game. Let me get this running and rolling, rocking and rolling. So just keep that in mind when you're done. Allow yourself some time to upload it to itch.io, so that people can kind of take those and download them and read them and understand how to actually work through that. But yeah, definitely welcomed if you want to do that. Um, so the theme is going to be revealed here in just a couple minutes, and then the submissions must be uploaded to itch.io to be considered the judging process, which I mentioned that. And then the judging process is Monday, September 27th through Thursday, end of the day, 30th. Both digital and physical games are welcomed. Um, but yeah, see, the biggest thing is just like I wouldn't say biggest thing, but something to keep in mind is that when you're uploading content, just again think about it like someone looking at your game the first time. I know this is going to be challenging because you're going to get down to the wire and you got to upload stuff. Just think about like how to make it easy for someone to play your game. I mean, obviously you want a game that doesn't crash immediately when you open it, so just test that out, make sure it works out okay. Um, but also like make sure it's clear like how to play the game. Maybe you just add in a notepad of instructions. Maybe you just slap it in your digital game like on the front screen or something like that. So keep those things in mind because like especially your peers and judges are going to go through these pretty quickly. They're going to want to know how to get in there really fast. So I always kind of preface that, and we'll mention this again as we start to get closer to that submission date. Um, but yeah, this is something to keep in mind. The rules are regulated by basically Tom and I in some instance, but we also have some admins that kind of come in from time to time. So please just talk to us. We're here to help. We've done this a couple different times before, but just let us know, and if there's like a concern, we'll help you out. I mean, and even if it's things like, I mean, a lot of times the way I see it is like, we're just here to have fun, and a lot of people are like, well, maybe I'm not on the team that I want or whatever. Like that's okay. We'll switch you up. We'll change things out. We're here to help you. That's really what Tom and I are here to help with. Is just like make your journey enjoyable. So no sweat, have fun,
yep,
and we'll get things figured out. And we appreciate your patience too, because I know that there can be a lot going on at times, and maybe we don't get to you immediately. But just know that we are here to help you best we can, and try to figure out how to make your stay
yep.
enjoyable. So
Get the roadblocks out of the way, just because
yes,
between Wes and I, we've seen pretty much everything that can get in the way of this process. So,
yeah, yep,
looking,
and just as well, we also abide by the as where applicable. Obviously, some of the stuff is in person, but the GDEX Code of Conduct is in those rules as well that it pertains to us. So no violence, no threats, no issues with sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc. Jokes are not tolerated. This is a family-friendly event, so please know not safe to work things, um, and just be friendly. I mean, these are kind of like normal things that most people should kind of be aware of. But if you have a question about something or if you feel like there's a concern, just talk to Tom and I, and we'll work with it. So, but yeah, and then just stay awesome. So have fun and stay awesome. So that's all it is for the rules. Kind of wanted to go through those just line by line so people kind of are familiar with that. And we should be good to go. And then if you guys ever have any questions about GDEX, let us know. We'd be happy to kind of give you more information. But I mean, outside of that, it's just, if you're interested and you think it's fun, great. Let's keep going. Um, so let me see if there's anything else I was missing. Let me double check. I've got a schedule up of all the events. So kind of some stuff that I wanted to note. This is kind of like our back end notes, so some of this isn't particularly interesting to you all. But what we're going to be doing is periodically checking in with you folks, throughout the days. And something that I want to keep note on is if you can, towards the end of the night, if you guys have a chance to like post stuff in your channels, we would love to capture some of your data. So if it's a screenshot of what you're working on, a drawing, or even code that you can screenshot, just to kind of showcase stuff, we'd love to share that. And hopefully we're gonna get more people in our Twitter page if you guys are okay with that and just kind of share your stuff. I hear some folks are actually kind of streaming the event on their Twitch page. Um, so yeah, we'd love to promote that. So any way we can help you all, let us know, and we'd love to kind of reciprocate back and forth. So, and you start to see these like light blue sessions. So these are the dev reviews or peer review sessions. So these times are not confirmed yet, but we do have a couple folks coming in. So it should be starting Sunday, and then you'll see another one come up on next Wednesday, a little bit after 5, and then the week after that Friday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the week after, that Friday we'll do a final one just to kind of see how you guys are doing. These aren't mandatory, but I will say that they should be, they would definitely help you quite a bit. I think that if you kind of work in a silo and you wait until the last day and you put it up and you're like, oh man, I didn't think about that. Um, that's what these are. They're kind of like what I like to call thermometer checks. So they help you kind of get out of the space for a sec, take a look back, and get some feedback and see how things are going. So definitely take advantage of these if you can. We're gonna put the schedule up for when those are and who's coming out, so that if your team is like maybe doing sessions or whatever, they can kind of take a stop and a gander and say, okay, team, let's talk to so and so on say Friday and take some time to get some review before we get diving deep later tonight and Saturday to finish up this game, right? So highly suggest using that. Um, and so I think the last thing I wanted to do is actually go into Discord and talk about some of our different sessions. So let me go ahead, and I might actually need to switch back. Yep. Okay. Does everybody see us okay? Cool. So I'm in full screen, so I'm going to go ahead and go out. Please pardon the mess. I've got a lot of Discords,
Okay.
so but I can't really.
Me
I don't think I
too.
can hide
Me
that.
too.
Yeah, I try to organize them. And it works out okay. Um, and so let's go ahead and dive deep. You'll see some admin stuff, but what we want to kind of focus on right now is just kind of this bottom part. So we have if you haven't yet joined our Discord, I don't know, Tom, if you're in the YouTube channel, if you can put the Discord link in there, that would be awesome.
I'm on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tom's going to get you that. But once you're in there, definitely go into the README section. This top part is probably the most important. It has our messengers. So if you hit type in and do Wesley and whatnot or Tom, we're here to answer any questions you have. You can do private messaging if you want. But this also has information about like, how to register. You already have this kickoff event if you're here watching this stream. This will also be where the recording is. So if you are coming in and like, hey, I couldn't make it, this will be a great way to kind of break down that information. And then our ending ceremony live stream is here. Um, it says 5 o'clock, but that might be wrong, so I might have to check that. That might be 7, because I don't want to do too early. So I'll double check on that. But whatever is set here is what we're going to do. Um, and then, yeah, then you can start talking in the Jammer channel. But what I'll ask is in this one, at least 44 of you have hit this emojicon, right? So this is our Jamio, our mascot. So feel free to click that, and what that'll do is it'll automatically assign you the Jammer role. And what that will allow you to do is go to all our different channels that are hidden. So once you get that, this Jammer exclusive channel will now be open to you. So for everybody here on the live stream, hello from the live stream. So anybody that is a jammer will now get that message. In theory, you guys should be able to do that too. So feel free to chat in here. So basically, the way that it works is our jammer channel is kind of like the public session. So you might see people from time to time who aren't even jamming, just kind of chatting and seeing how things are going. So if you want to talk to people that aren't even jamming and just want to start to talk, that's a great place to go. We're going to have another channel that will be for the peer reviewers soon, and if there's other channels that you guys want, we're gonna help you out. So just let us know. We can make these pretty quickly. um, and then we have our role assignment. So this is really important. That after this stream we're going to have everybody kind of jump in here and start to add some of these roles. So you'll see these kind of broken up. It kind of gives you information that there's two different categories, one called skill sets and one called team assignments. So the way that these work is the first thing we want you to do is kind of set your skill set. You'll see it as like producers, technical artists, maybe laters, and floaters. So the way that these works, the producers are kind of like your game designers, brainstormers, writers. Technical programmers, developers. Artists are like illustrators, 3D models, musicians, sound designers, animators, etc. And then the maybe later sessions are jammers who maybe don't have a lot of time to jam, but you may jam later, or maybe they want to pop in to help a team out. This kind of helps identify those folks because maybe they don't have time throughout the whole 9 days to do stuff. Again, we want this to be a chill jam, so we want it to be as easy as possible for people to kind of work in here. And then a floater is kind of like, I know somebody was saying like floater, ew. Yeah, probably not the best name. We'll probably change that next year, but it's fine for now. But the
No,
floaters are
it's gonna get.
for
We're gonna double down on floaters now.
no, no. uh, but yeah, so floaters are people with a skill set like maybe they want to like say they're a musician, right? I see this a lot where musicians like, hey, I want to help multiple different teams, right? This is a good role to have because then people can kind of say, oh, cool, so you're, a floater, so to
Why
speak.
did Why didn't we
So
think of freelancer? That's the name.
that
I
actually,
don't know why
yeah,
I didn't think about it
that
till
might,
now, but
maybe that works, yeah.
it even still starts with F, so you can reuse the same little role. Like, oh, you already swapped that one out,
Yeah. Okay,
but
yeah, maybe,
freelancer or hero or
yeah,
mercenary. I don't know.
yeah. Oh, cool, I see a lot of people getting this. Yeah. So cool. So yeah, so what this does is allow you to see, at least when you right click someone's name, like you'll be able to see what they have. Um, one thing we're trying to do is make it easy enough for people to see these roles. So you'll see like uh, artistic producer, maybe later in the floater, these kind of ones, and you'll see all these teams too. Um, so in if you kind of started looking in the Jammer, we actually boosted our server to like a level 2. And what that does is allow us to have these perks. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if it kind of showcase. It may or may not. Uh, no, it doesn't. Oh, okay, so I'll just describe them. The level 2 perks, they have a lot more emojis that we can put in there. So if you have something you want to put in there, we can add them. It gives you better audio. It gives you better streaming services for bandwidth. And the biggest thing was like for us to create like the custom role icons. So you'll see in people's names a little icon by their name, and these are kind of you can have more than one skill set, but you'll notice like that's the only thing is we might kind of describe these a little bit better, but you'll see once you kind of add those roles, it'll kind of give you in terms of priority. One of those roles will stick to your name. So if, say, for example, I'm just gonna kind of call someone else. So captain, if you've got your role in technical, or you got your role in producer, right, and a floater. So the floater is actually below the producer. So the producer actually shows first. So that's why it's that red icon. The floater is actually I had somebody. Yeah, this icon. So Steve has this one. So he's someone that actually that's his only role. So that kind of flows to the top. But some people might have multiple roles, right? So this one has, technical, artistic, producer. So the one that floats to the top is the programmer. So it's not the ideal way. I think what we're going to do is give you guys a chance to like add. You actually start to see some of this in some people's roles. So like Steve, for example, he's got artist, kind of like an art panel or a palette. He's got a computer panel and then kind of like a thought bubble. So those represent the same thing: artist, producer, and thought bubble. So I'm going to add in like a little tutorial. If you guys want to add that to your nickname, you can do that. And then you would just need to like copy these emoticons, or you can like paste them in here. So if I say like computer, right? I can copy that, right click my name. What if I can do this? I'm probably not going to showcase that because I'm streaming. But you can right click your name. Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, but you can right click your name and change your nickname. I could do that for other people, but I'm not going to. And then you can add that to your name, so that way people know which skill sets you do have, so they can quickly look and say, hey, that's what we need. So that's kind of the skill set section. Let's see if I got any questions so far. Floaters okay. Give us your password. It's happy happy baby 3565. Just kidding. It's not that, but that would be funny if it was. But yeah, so
It
the
would be
next.
unsecure if it was.
Oh yeah, hey everybody, here's my social. Nunya. Um,
Are we sharing socials? I can share mine.
no, no. I love streams. Um, so yeah, so here's the other thing that we have. So we've got what team are you? So these aren't particular to any one person, although I will tell you that some folks have some folks in here. So when you can approach this a couple like basically three different ways. One is you've got a lot of people, you've got like say 6 people, right? And we're like, cool, we're good to go. Uh, we want team 6. So they say, okay, everybody on team 6, let's go to this channel and hit this team 6 role. And you'll notice that was it Yag PDA or PDB, however you say that, bot will give you a message and say, hey, I've got that. And then it's not going to give me that because I've got like admin roles or whatever, so it's going to kind of like bark at me for that. But for the most part, um, I can add that in there. If you do have issues with these, let me know. I can kind of make sure that they work. But for you guys, it should work well. I think it's just barking at me because I'm an admin. Um, but yeah, sign those up there. So if you got like a group of people, you can do that. I will suggest that you should get um, try to get these top three ones. So a producer in your group, a technical in your group, and an artist in your group. So it's not mandatory, but it's suggested. And try to get you can get however many people you want, but we're suggesting around 7 people. So definitely keep an eye on that. I mean, we've got 9 people here. That might be okay, but probably not a lot more, because that would be quite a bit. Um, and I'm just saying that from experience. Like it's harder to manage when you got a lot more people. So definitely keep an eye on that. Um, and
Yeah,
then
probably go more than 7. Not like we're not really suggesting that you aim for 7. Probably aim for 4 or 5.
yeah,
Is really a good number, but seven can work. And that team that wants 9, I mean, that's good luck.
yep. Yep. So we've got that, and then after this stream, we're wrapping up soon. We'll get to the theme here in a sec, and then we'll help anybody else who doesn't know what team they want to be on. So we'll be like, hey, who here is an artist? Who here is a programmer? Who here is a designer? And we'll start getting people in those different teams. And you'll notice I've got all the teams up here. When you get these roles, or say multiple roles if you want to go to multiple teams for whatever reason, you'll get these. You'll get to go into these channels. So you'll get a text channel to chat and paste anything you need to, and then a stream channel for you to stream, just like what Tom and I are doing right now. So those will be private. However, when peer reviewers come in to review your work, they will have access to those if you want them to join you. If you want to have more of a private chat, so keep that in mind. If you want people to come in, let us know. We can give you guys the rights that you need to for that. And then the last one would be the team solo. So you guys actually have your own uh, channel here. This is just a combination of all the solos together, so you guys aren't just working in a silo. But if you want your own solo channel, just let us know. We'll make a new role for you, and we'd be happy to get your own thing if that helps you. Um,
Hashtag only solo things.
yeah. So we definitely accept solo jammers as well if you guys so wish to. Um, so yeah. Cool. All right. Do we have any other questions or comments? I think that's mostly what we need right now. I know there's a little bit exasperated, but I just want to make sure everybody got everything they need. Any questions
Right?
from the YouTubes or otherwise? Let me double check.
Let's see. Nope, just they want the theme. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want the theme.
All right, let's get to it then. All right, so let me see if I can get back here. All right. Are you ready for the theme? Hopefully I can
I don't know
time
if I
this
can
right, because I
probably have noise suppression taking away my drum roll.
oh, I've got a drum roll. So, let's wait. You ready? Here we
I'm ready.
go.
What is it?
This year's is calm. I hope I
Oh,
did that right.
I should probably not do that for the theme then. I'm looking a
There we
little not
go.
calm.
All right, so this year is calm. So, however you want to interpret that, again, we want to we sort of like I want to say pride ourselves, but we try to emphasize like, look, hey, it's just a game. It's fun. It's exciting. You get to meet new people. However you want to do that, think about how the theme calm is used in your game. I think there's like a lot of things going on in the world, so we just want a chill jam, a nice fun jam. So however you want to interpret that, maybe you want to interpret it the opposite way. Uh, I was actually funny when I was typing this out. For some reason, for a while, it was named clam because I misspelled it. So so that was kind of fun. I was worried that was actually going to get in there because I was like, oh shoot, this is still clam. Um, but it's calm. So maybe it's like you're talking about calm waters. You're talking about calming methods. Um, you can look at different terms for calm. So maybe it's just the process to which you get to your idea of calm. So maybe like you wanted to develop the game where you did one feature every day because that's the most calming way to do it, and that's it. So you make the simplest game ever, and you try that out, see what that does. Or maybe it's like you switch up the words and they mean an acronym, right? Maybe they mean like crazy apes like mangoes or something. I don't know. So however you want to interpret this is up to you. This is just kind of like so you're not starting from a whiteboard, so to speak, and kind of kind of move through there. So, um, but yeah, so that's the theme, that's the information. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now um, is kind of go through. Let me double check if I got any other questions going through. Good, good,
Nothing.
good. Good, good, good. You guys are awesome. I love these chats. Yeah, Lo-Fi Chill by the Lake game. Yes, yes, that could be your game.
I'm ready
Um,
for it.
so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna stop the stream and make sure that we start getting things ready. I'm actually gonna be the one helping everybody out. So if you have an actual team ready, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna join the Jammer Voice channel over here. So it's actually right below the event stage. So if you want to join me there, we're going to have some conversations. And then we're going to start to message things out. So we're going to start to figure things out. Some of you are already there. We'll start to lock up some of the teams to make sure they got everything they need. But let's kind of start in the jammer voice and then kind of like a push to talk or like talk as you need to. We'll kind of work things through. So it'll take a couple minutes, maybe a little bit longer to kind of get through this, but just be patient. We're gonna get through everybody and make sure everybody has a team, and then we'll help everybody out. And then if you're looking for this in the future and you haven't gotten a team, contact me or Tom, and we'll help you out. And just let us know if you have any questions. So I think that's it for now. It's approaching on 7, just like I thought it would be. Hopefully it was not too boring, but a lot of exciting stuff. And if anything else, just let us know if you have any questions. So we'll catch everybody in the Discord, and then help form teams. And then the rest of the night is brainstorming. So let's have some fun. Let's have a great time. And if nothing else, see you in the jam. So, all right, we'll catch you guys later.
See y'all.
Bye
I'll be around
bye.
tonight to help out, but I gotta go right now. So, all right. Have a good one. Talk to
Yep,
you later, Wes.
we'll see y'all.